everybody, and welcome to Top Comics to Pre-Order in a Flash. I'm Andy.
I'm Matt.
We're here with Infinity Flux Comics out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and this is our real quick show where we go over some of the biggest and best books that you can pre-order by this weekend. We want to give you a big head start so you can go ahead and place your orders, let your stores know what you want so you will not miss out on any of the comic-y goodness.
That's right.
So we've got a good show for you today, so let's get into it.
We're going to start with Cobra Commander. This is the
Yes.
first issue of a 5-issue Cobra Commander miniseries set in the Energon universe. So in this series, we're at the beginning of everything in the Energon universe, and Cobra has not yet been established. This is the very beginnings. What's interesting about this is that this is about Cobra Commander, who has plans to utilize this mysterious energy source called Energon
Oh.
to send shockwaves across the globe. So it's really cool that they're going to sort of work the Transformers into the formation of G.I. Joe and Cobra.
Yeah. Next up, I've got Jackpot #1. This is actually going to be a one-shot. It's going to be Mary Jane and her new Jackpot persona that was debuted in Amazing Spider-Man 31, and she is heading into the gang war. So if you want to see kind of her first big outing, getting thrown right into the middle of things, check out Jackpot #1.
Next is John Constantine Hellblazer, Dead in America. This is the first of an 8-issue miniseries. Constantine, he's cheated death, but his heart isn't beating and his body is decaying, and you can see that on the cover. He, his friend Nat, and his son Noah are on the run in America, wanted for murder.
Next up, we have Star Wars THRAWN Alliances #1. This is an adaptation of the second of the newer THRAWN books, written by Jody Houser, but adapted from the Timothy Zahn novel. This is really cool because it's going to have kind of a back and forth story. One of them sees Thrawn teamed up with Darth Vader, and the other one is Thrawn with Anakin and Padme. So you get two different time frames and kind of see how he maybe figures out that Anakin and Vader may be one and the same.
Oh. Next is Zorro, Man of the Dead. This is the first of a 4-issue miniseries from Sean Gordon Murphy. It's described as Don Quixote meets Narcos. Now, I believe this is set in modern day. A young man named Diego, he's convinced that he's Zorro, so he spends his life training to be Zorro, basically, so that he can take on drug cartels.
Next up, I've got Cable #1. This is going to be really cool. It's set currently, and it teams up old Cable and young Cable as they try to prevent a coming disaster that will crush the already crippled mutant nation. So see how Cable manages this, because he's always dealing with some weird future thing that's coming to get him, and that is no different this time in Cable #1.
Next is Power Pack Into the Storm. This is from your original Power Pack creative team of Louise Simonson and June Brigman. Franklin Richards has a premonition of a galactic threat hurtling towards Earth, and Power Pack siblings will have to decide what kind of heroes they want to be and what they're willing to give up to do that.
Next up, we have Disney Villains, Cruella de Vil. So this, we've actually talked about this before on the show, but it got pushed so far that I thought maybe we need to talk about it again, because Cruella, this takes place after the original 101 Dalmatians movie, where she's kind of on the bottom. She was never convicted of stealing the Dalmatian puppies, but it has sullied her name, so she'll do whatever it takes to get back to the top of the fashion world.
Next is a new series from Boom called Pine and Merrimac. This is the first of a 5-issue miniseries. This is about a former homicide detective named Lenny Kent and her husband, who is a former MMA fighter. They move away from the bustling city to a small, quiet town to open a private detective agency. And they start off with some small cases, but they soon learn that the small town they moved into, there's a lot more to it than they may have realized.
Okay, next up we got Star Wars Visions by Takashi Okazaki, and this is the Ronin Jedi that we saw in the first season of the Star Wars Visions show, and he had a one shot a little while back. So we are continuing that story, but this time looking back at his origin and what his ties to the Sith may be. So if you enjoyed that previous iterations of the Ronin story, you don't want to miss this one because it looks like they're fleshing out the character even more. And that is it for Top Comics to Pre-Order in a Flash. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to head over to infinityflux.net where you can pre-order these books that we just talked about, so you will not miss them, whether you come into the store and pick them up or they can be delivered directly to your house. Either way, you can be part of our awesome family. And make sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any more of the comic goodness. So, Until next time, see ya.